Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is amazing to see where you're all saying you're joining. I'm loving the flags from every country around this continent. Hello, indeed. I say hello back to you. What wonderful, warm, smiley emojis you're dropping for us. Drop an emoji saying how you're feeling. Drop a hello, because that's how we like to get connected. And drop where you're coming in from, because that always gets us excited about how around the continent we are. It is myself, your host today, along with my good friend and almost twin brother, if I was 20 years younger, Samir.
Hello, Gavin, and hello, everybody here today. I am so excited to be here, Gav. I love beginnings. I love these Karibu ceremonies. I love the start of every journey. And everyone who's joining us here today, they're embarking this new chapter of their lives and career. And it's such an honor to be here together with all of you to be kickstarting this journey together. And I'm so excited, Gavin.
Indeed, excited does not even encapsulate. Beginnings are beautiful things. Think of the start of something. It always is refreshing. It's always a moment of expectation. There'll be some fear, there'll be some nerves, but don't you worry. We got you, because you know what happens? Everything blossoms. Butterflies come out of their cocoons and learn to fly. Rockets go up into space, and indeed, with every amazing dawn comes the most spectacular sunset. Well, let's go back to our dawn and think about how we engage in this dawn, this blossoming, this opening, this beginning of your journey with us. Of course, turn up. It can go further. It can go further. Turn up your energy, please. Keep the chat open. If you're not watching the chat, you're gonna catch up to us. But there'll be some links and some instructions pinned in there. And of course, listen, learn, share, and have fun. What's on our agenda?
We got an amazing and packed agenda here today, Gav. It's going to be quite a lot that we're going to cover, all of us together, but it's going to be really amazing to hear more about what's happening, what sort of you can expect at the start of this journey. And it's going to be a lot of fun as well, I think. So we're starting this with this welcome introduction. Hello, that's what we're kind of doing right now. Agenda, that's literally what we're doing right now. In a moment, we're going to move on to a core values exercise to really connect with what we believe is most important. We're going to get a snapshot of the African Leadership Group history, talk about the Mastercard Foundation mandate. Again, all of these things you'll learn about what they are, what they mean to you. We'll do a little icebreaker, get an overview for the program and some testimonials for people who have literally walked your shoes. Then you're going to hear about an exciting thing that's going to be offered to you, which is called the Room Fellowship. We're going to take a few moments to really, think about our mission, reflect with each other, and then here's some next steps in closing. This is quite a lot. But again, this is the stepping stone, the beginning, maybe the second step that you're taking now after you've done this application, which is no joke. You go through the application and now you're here and you're starting to take baby steps together. So I want to ask you, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're doing this right now, I want you to drop some fire emojis in the chat if you are ready to go. I'm going to give it 2 moments. I need to see the chat light up with fire because this is the beginning of a huge journey that we're all taking here together as a community. So drop those fire emojis in the chat if you're ready to go. And then, you know what, Gav? I think it's time to get started.
Aha, love it. Let's start off with our values. People here, welcome to the program and welcome to a value-based organization. One of our key identifying features is that we are not talkers, we are doers. We are measured and behave by the way that we act. And so to start off your journey with us, I want us to reflect on our values as an organization and the values that you may have yourself and how we can find a bond between them. This is an exercise we're going to go through for the next few minutes to help unearth for you and for ourselves, what are your real values? Everybody has aspirational values. I wish I was. I try to be more like. I always aim to. Sometimes I am. But this is a little exercise that you can repeat for yourself whenever you want to help you unearth what are the actual real values that inform the choices and the behaviors that you make. Because that is what is going to go through this course, and that is what I'm going to have to be used for you to go forward into the fellowship as you go into the job market, as you change this continent. How do we do it? Here's a little game. Play with me. I want you to take a little piece of paper, take your phone, take a space in your brain, whatever space you need. I want you to think for a second. Now stay with me. Think about a meaningful event that has happened in your life that you are happy with. Did you propose to the person that you love? Did you graduate from a program or high school or university? Or did you win an award? Did you set out to do a project and you completed it and presented it and it was well received? Did you save up to buy something and you did it? You bought your first car, you bought your new pair of shoes, you did something. I want you to think about that one singular meaningful event. I know you're thinking right now. Just choose any. Don't panic about locking on has to be the most amazing one of your life just yet. But I want it to be one that you succeeded in. Now, behind that event comes a value that makes the event meaningful. You can repeat this exercise over again. So I'll give you a couple of examples. For example, perhaps you won a basketball championship. That means that it took the value of achievement, the value of resilience to go out there and train with your team, the value of cooperation, maybe to work with a team, the value of somehow finding that adventure energy to push through to the end. Maybe your second one was, okay, you proposed or you got married. That maybe is showing a value of trust, a value of commitment, a value of courage to take this long journey with somebody. Maybe you joined a yoga club. Maybe you started running. Maybe you hiked, you climbed a mountain. There's a value of adventure. And there's a value of commitment, because you know that there's a million people out there when you were climbing a hike who said, oh yeah, next week I'm going to do that. I want you to look, I'm going to suggest just a few values that are just top of a list I just pulled up from the internet. Think to yourself and drop into the chat for me, which was the value that you displayed as an action, not the aspirational one of when you had this moment in your life. When you had this moment in your life, which was the actual value? Was it a value of honesty? Was a moment in your life where you helped somebody else? You returned something that you saw that they'd lost, and that helped them. Was it a value of patience? You could have exploded when everybody else was getting really cross and angry and aggravated. There was a moment when what really helped that situation was you were calm and you were patient and let others go ahead of you, which meant that you won the prize in the end. Was it a value of playfulness? Because you went in there with an idea of like, I'm going to have fun at this. I'm going to win and lose. I'm going to have that growth, boldness, discovery, courage, empathy, independence, dedication. I'm loving these. Passion, charity, talent, tolerance. This is a beautiful exercise and very important as you start this program, because this program will take more than just promises. There'll be deadlines that we set for you. There'll be instructions, there'll be workloads, but it will be your actual behaviors when you make those choices towards what you want to achieve. Sometimes you will have to have the value of bigger thinking. Should I really go out with the party this Friday night when I know Saturday morning I want to spend a good 3 hours on this program with a clear head? Maybe it needs to be assertive to say, actually, no, I know everybody's saying that's what I need to do, but actually I know the right way to go. And I think I need to trust my gut and be assertive and say, I'll just do my own thing. It's okay. Maybe it's about calm. Calm will help you not get overwhelmed and you feel like this program is just going crazy. It's overwhelming. Staying calm might help you just see gently exactly where to do the next step. That's all you need to do is just take one step and then you'll move forward. Will it be a trust? You'll have something to work on. And because you were truthful and got built trust within the group, within the Slack, within the course, within the community, others will trust you. And then you know when you are in trouble that you could trust them too. Think always about how you can apply and bring the value to the top. Now rejoice. Sit there with a nice feeling of like, I had this value. This value is one that is present in my life. This is a value that I use all the time and a value that I can access as I go into this program and as I go later into jobs. Here are the 5 values that we put to our organization participants. We're all about generosity. This is about generosity because we know that if we all give, we will all get. We share opportunities, we share our time, we share our skills, we share our energy. I know for a fact that if you're holding on to all your gifts, your hands are not open to be able to receive. Give so that your hands can be empty to receive. Be trustworthy, especially with a course like this where it can seem overwhelming and you can make promises. Those promises have got to be delivered on because there'll be somebody else relying upon you. Be honest about who you are. It's okay to fail and it's okay to be trustworthy because then we all know how to help each other. But if you're promising things and saying you are who you're not, we're all going to crumble. Let's rather sure-footedly build together. Be inclusive. You have no idea of the skills and abilities of every other person. If you are not respectful of other people because of preconceptions or closed-mindedness, you might miss out on the most magical adventure. We've seen 1,000 movies of these, haven't we? Leave your ego at the door I don't know what guns you come in with, leave them at the door. They might just block an opportunity. And lastly, talk less and get stuff done. Deliver substance, not hype. Otherwise, you're just producing hot air. Think about these values. Think about the values that you have. And that is how you're going to succeed in this group. That's how you're going to succeed in this program and succeed after you complete this program as we move forward to change our continent. Now, you may be thinking, who are these guys and what have they all got to do? I'm going to give you a short snapshot of the African Leadership Group. The African Leadership Group is a collection of organizations formed around education for young leaders. We have done it through several different ways. We started in 2008 when we built a high school in Johannesburg. We opened it to our first students in July 2008, and we built a program, pre-university, finding the highest potential students around the continent who believe not just in getting a good education, but most importantly, about the power of service, who had entrepreneurial ideas. And we took them through not only an academic program, but an equally challenging program on entrepreneurial leadership, unlocking their potential, connecting them, breaking down the barriers between all their continents, diversity, languages, and passports. From there, we realized that with this amazing group of people, they wanted to get further education. And so we opened our own universities. We have universities in some hubs around the continent and 2 major campuses in Mauritius and Rwanda, where we take the same unique curriculum matched with this energy from entrepreneurial youth who want to change the story of the continent and not wallow in its dark side. They're not interested in talking about all the problems. They're looking at those problems and saying, these are all opportunities. One of the most powerful and liberating records we know is that a business degree is a very sought out, but it's after qualification on our continent. But it is mostly inaccessible to so many people. Building on from the module of our high school and our university, we opened our own school of business to offer working people an ability to achieve an excellent MBA whilst at work and under a cost that was affordable. This led us to an enormous series of small groups, our African Leadership Network, our and Zisha Prize, where we continually identified young leaders with great potential. But our problem was that they were unable to communicate with each other. They were unable to connect. They were staying inside silos of age, country, border, language, or institution. And so we decided we would have to do 2 things. Firstly, we needed to get our programs to become more impact on a faster scale. And so we built ALX. ALX was going to be about short programs that could take high impact and faster across the continent. ALX is an extraordinary program, and it goes all over the world, and you are joining ALX. And then as we exited that, we realized we need to now go into how do they talk to each other? How do they connect once they've gone through these programs of high impact? And that's when we formed the room. The room, a unique space where everybody can come together and work together, connect with each other, irrespective of which of these branches of the AL group you have come from, and find a way to build a better Africa and build a better ecosystem for ourselves. That is just a brief overview summary of our journey so far. But now I want us to talk about the Mastercard Foundation mandate. And Samir, who can we come in and give us some good expertise on this?
Yeah, thank you so much for giving us that overview of the African Leadership Group and its history. I think this is so important as well because each and every one of you in joining this program are now joining the African Leadership Group community. You're not just joining in at a random moment, but a very intentional moment that continues to grow. So not only are you a recipient of all this history that has come before you, but you're also now setting the stage for all the future that's yet to come. So this is a big moment. You're joining a big group in a community. So I hope you recognize that. And a big part of our story right now with ALX and the room is the Mastercard Foundation. Now, I won't tell you the details of this because we have an awesome colleague of ours and who's going to give us some insight into what this mandate we've gotten from the Mastercard Foundation and how it's enabling this transformative work that ALX in the room and the African Leadership Group are doing. So Juliet, I'd like to hand it over to you to give us a better understanding of the Mastercard Foundation mandate that we have.
Thanks so much, Samir. And so excited to be here to tell you a little bit more about our transformational partnership with the Mastercard Foundation and how it enables you to join one of our programs and benefit from it. Next slide. So I want to tell you a little bit about the Mastercard Foundation and where it situates itself in this ecosystem. So you may be aware that by 2030, Africa will have the largest and youngest workforce in the world. A full 375 million young people will be looking for work. This means that we need to find a way for young people to access dignified and fulfilling employment at scale. On the basis of this and recognizing this issue, the Mastercard Foundation developed the Young Africa Works program, whose sole focus is to build economic opportunities for young people in Africa. Now, the foundation has had a relationship with the African Leadership Group for quite some time now, including some of the institutions that Gavin mentioned. But in 2020, we came together with the foundation to co-create programs that would enable people to access over 2 million work opportunities by 2030. And this is our mandate. Now, the African Leadership Group has long recognized that Africa is sitting on a ticking time bomb or a demographic boom through which youth will need to find employment that will help them impact and transform the continent. However, at ALG, we don't see this as a challenge, but rather as an immense opportunity to harness the innovation and the entrepreneurship that you all represent to impact not just Africa, but the world. So Mastercard Foundation is, our largest and closest partner, but we work also with many other partners to enable these 2 million work opportunities and many other partners who are interested in unlocking the potential of youth in Africa and therefore your potential. Next slide. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about our progress so far. So since the beginning of our partnership in 2020, we have created over 17,000 work opportunities for youth and reached over 50,000 youth through our programs to improve their livelihoods. And this is just the beginning of our partnership. We intend to scale exponentially to reach this 2 million goal. And you are part of one of the foundational cohorts towards the progress towards this goal. Next slide. So I want to tell you a little bit about our approach and how we picked these different programs that we're now offering. So over the last year and a half, we've conducted research across 34 cities in Africa and interviewed over 23,000 companies to understand what is the demand, what jobs are employers looking to fill? And what can this tell us about the needs in training? So we uncovered over 80,000 work opportunities, close to 75% of which were hidden work opportunities, not advertised explicitly. And when we categorize these work opportunities, you'll see on the graph on the right-hand side, we started to see patterns emerging, including financial analysis, finance and accounting being a strong sector in demand by employers. And this is how we want to work going forward. We want to craft programs that are in direct demand from employers to help you easily find work after the programs. And you see here as well that we have, ICT programs, hence our software engineering programs, as well as administrative assistant program, because of the need that we uncovered around administrative duties by the employers that we interviewed. Next slide. So what does this mean for you? Why should you care all about all this? So our partnership with the foundation enables us to provide programs without a fee for 2022 and enables you to access these programs. In return, what we expect from you, among the other things that Gavin has mentioned in terms of commitment, is for you to report back to us your progress in your own career journey. Have you gotten an internship? Have you, gained full-time employment? Are you looking to switch jobs? Have you gained a promotion? And the reason for this is that we are committed to continuously improving our programs to better reach our impact of 2 million work opportunities, but also it's to help us help you. Because as you'll discover through the rest of this presentation, this is not a one-off relationship. It's not a transactional one. We are really committed to being on this journey of empowerment and employment together. And we will show you the different ways in which we are committed to supporting you at every step of the way. So with that, thank you so much for your attention, and I'll pass it back to Samir.
Thank you so much, Juliet, for that wonderful presentation and for giving us, an understanding of who we're working with to enable this grand mission. And again, I want to remind you constantly that each and every one of you watching right now, each and every one of you in the program right now are a part of this movement, are a part of this mission. And what an opportunity it is for us to do this all with each other. Gav, what do we have in store next?
Let's take a little moment now just to pause with a lot of information coming towards you and a lot of reflection you're doing. I want us to use one of the tools of being in a community, and that is collaboration and sharing. So we're going to talk about elevation just now, and I want us to help elevate each other and share. So in the chat, think about a motivational quote, a favorite line that you have that just does it for you, that gets you, that helps you when you are in those dark periods, that gives you focus in your life. If you have a very long one, you could summarize just one word that kind of captures it and drop that into the chat. Otherwise, let's think about these quotes that are coming in. I'm looking to see what comes in. My word is my bond. Be blessed will change the world. Let's see these beautiful. Do anything except remain where you are. A man standing alone at a single point. Oh, yes, indeed. Let's share. This is what elevation is about. You sharing your quote will resonate with somebody else. And you never know when that quote might be just what it needs, what they need to lift themselves to. Never give up. Loyalty is important. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. This too shall pass. Oh, yes. Reinvent yourself. I love it. Oh, wow. These are going so fast, I can barely read them. Don't work hard, work smart. It's indeed.
And Gav, I'm a master of my fate and the captain of my soul. One of my favorite ones. This is a great one. Someone added in the chat.
I am loving. Just one small positivity throughout in the morning can change a whole day. That's exactly it. The light is getting brighter. You're near the end of the tunnel. And a life's failure is when you give up, indeed. Don't give. I'm loving this way that you are giving each other the strength to build towards resilience and find the energy to keep going. Celebrate each other as you do that. You need to elevate the ladder through change, indeed. Be the example that we love to see reflected amongst other people. Indeed. What are Gandhi's? Be the change you want to see? Indeed. Commitment leads to achievement. Yep. Everything else is a hobby. And if it's worth it, talk the truth even when it's bitter. There are some guys, do not forget this. You always have this link to this YouTube. You can go back over. Just know that at this point in time, you can click back and find a bucket load of amazing quotes from your community, which will help you when you're just thinking, I don't know. Being poor is temporary. Being broke is just a mindset. All right. I'm going to take us into the program overview while you're dropping in your quotes. And for that, I'm asking the wonderful Lisa to come forward and take the microphone. Lisa, over to you.
Thank you, Gavin. It's so glad to see all of you on the call right now. So glad to see the energy coming in. Great to see all the quotes coming in and just seeing you engaging already, participating in one of our huge principles and community. And so it's great to see all of you here, ready to kickstart your journey into this financial analyst program and your career in general. So I will take you through the program overview, and this is just going to be a brief of what's to come. And throughout this week and throughout the rest of the program, we'll really explain every step of the way. So to begin, so this is a 12-week program, well, a 9 to 12-week program. So the first week is this onboarding week, and really it kickstarts today. So during this week, we're going to introduce you to the community, the ALX community, also introduce you to the program, the Corporate Finance Institute team, and also the learning platforms that we're going to use. So this is really going to be the week just to set you up for success for the rest of the program. And then the next 2 to 7 weeks, that's going to be the financial modeling and valuation analyst learning track. So here we'll have 5 weeks of learning and just you going through all of the content that's going to be provided again by the CFI. And then we'll also have just one catch-up week that will enable you to really successfully take your final exam at the end of the program and to achieve your certificate. After the financial modeling and valuation analyst training, we're going to have a 2-week job readiness program. And this is really just to help you get set up for success once you're done with the program, once you've learned these skills, really just help you get that promotion or get that job, and just really help you in the game of employment and to move up the ladder. Once you finish that job readiness program, then you will complete the program and you'll have the opportunity to join the Room Fellowship. And here Samir is going to take you through it a bit later. And then, so for those who will have completed the FMVA learning path and will have completed the job readiness program by the end of the 9 weeks, will have the opportunity to get another certificate, and that's the Business Intelligence and Data Analyst training. And here you get to earn another certificate, but this will be just a short 3-week intense program, only for those who will have completed and successfully passed the financial modeling and valuation analyst training. Next slide, please. As mentioned, community is a big thing at ALX, and with this program, you will have opportunity to engage with the community. We're going to have a community platform, and that is Slack. You're going to get onboarded onto Slack from tomorrow. And really on this platform, you'll get to engage with your peers and get to engage with your other learners, and just build and continue strengthening this community that you'll build of other financial analysts and like-minded individuals. We're also going to have some live sessions, such as the learning expert sessions, and this is going to be mainly with the CFI team. And then we'll also have other asynchronous community touchpoints, such as our newsletter that will be shared out weekly on Fridays. Yeah, okay, just a quick overview on the tools that we're going to use. So as mentioned, we are going to use Slack, and this will be our main communication platform, just for you to engage with your peers, with the program team as well, to get any type of support that you will require, and just also to engage and share your experience as you go through the program. The other tool that we're going to use will be the Corporate Finance Institute learning management system. And this is where the learning material will be hosted. Again, you'll get onboarded onto this dashboard during the course of this week. And really here, it's going to be a self-paced course, as you know. And all material will be hosted on this platform. We're going to take you through how to go through this platform, how to use this platform. Again, this will happen throughout in the coming days. The other tool that we're going to use a bit later in the program will be Canvas, and this is the job readiness platform that we're going to use for the job readiness content. Again, this will be introduced a bit later in the program. All right, so your expected commitment per week, as mentioned, this is going to be a very short and very intense program. It will require 50 hours a week for you to successfully complete this program. So majority of your time will go to the reading and reading the materials and completing the assessments. Again, this will be a self-paced program. You will have the opportunity to catch up on the weekends. However, you still need to keep up with the program just to make sure you complete it successfully, so that you make sure you hit all the deadlines that are required in the program. The other thing would be 2 hours attending program events and 3 hours engaging with the community artifacts. So overall, about 50 hours a week will be required to successfully take this program. Finally, the requirements to graduate. You're required to have an 80% success rate or pass rate in all the FMVA assessments. You're required to get a minimum score of 70% on the final FMVA exam. You should complete the 2-week job readiness program and also attend all the program events and engage with the weekly program communications. I know this might be a lot to take in right now, but all of this will be broken down throughout this week, throughout our comms and the other live events that we will have during this week, and once the program starts next week. Just a quick overview on the program team that you'll engage with. So we have Masi Cheruto, who's a community specialist. We have Barbara Mwangi, who's a community ambassador. Then there's me. And then we have Whitney Ogutu and Simone Asker, who are program specialists. And then we have Annette Kanyango as the community ambassador. All right, so that's just a brief about the program overview, and I will hand it on to Powell to take you through his experience as a cohort 1 participant in this program. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lisa. All right. Good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to this ALX CFI program. I am really honored to be here. All right, I'm a seasoned internal control manager and a data protection officer in Nigeria Capital Market based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I have over 4 years of experience in risk management, internal control, regulatory compliance, auditing, and inspection. So what drew me to the financial analyst program, and why did I choose to take this training? So I was looking for a course to gain practical knowledge on building models for valuation. So I Googled courses relating to business valuation and corporate finances, watched videos on YouTube, and even contacted some colleagues that are CFI alumni. But finally, a friend sent this link to me while I was preparing for another professional certification in cybersecurity. Upon receiving this, I came to the conclusion that ALX CFI was the right training for what I was looking for, and I enrolled in the FMVA program. And that is a great opportunity. And I also consider it as a great opportunity for advancement and a chance to continue building my skills in financial analysis, financial reporting, and investment analysis. Now, what do I enjoy most about this experience in the ALX CFI financial analyst program? Now, this program is, however, in a short period, taught me about different tools and applications that financial analysts are beginning to use more frequently. And I also believe that I have been able to hit the ground when it comes to, I've been able to hit the ground running and start contributing to my team. And I've seen so many positive results. My direct supervisor has been recommending me for a bigger role in the investment banking department and thanks to ALX, because he has been seeing improvement in my reporting, my analysis, and yeah, that's due to the ALX CFI program. Now, what do I enjoy most about this experience? The key thing about this program is that it's designed to meet the real need of working professionals. And this program contains a lot of materials on financial modeling, budgeting, forecasting, business valuation, name it, including the Excel tools, chart graphs, and dashboard. And the training has significantly improved my knowledge of financial modeling and dashboard in Excel, which made my work faster and looks more professional in terms of presentation. Now, with the help of this course, I have a given template. I really appreciate that template. I feel more confident in business valuation. Now, the ALX CFI courses are organized step by step and are designed to cover all aspects of practical on-the-job tasks. The instructors explain the topic very well and keeping in mind the need of finance professionals. Now, how has this training impacted to my skills and improved my career? Now, thanks to the ALX CFI analyst program, my skills have drastically improved in terms of presentation, in terms of analytical thinking, and I've also learned the industry best practice in corporate finance. In short, changing career from accounting to finance was the right decision. I am considering it as the right decision after the end of this program. What do I hope to achieve at the end of this program? At the end of this program, I believe that we should be able to evaluate companies and other organizations' past and present financial data, give guidance to help people and companies as they make decisions about stock, bond, and other kind of investments, assessing financial data, preparing financial reports, and giving presentation, studying business trend, appraising the business financial statements, and potentially meeting with companies management to determine how the firm is going to evaluate their leadership team. All right, it has been a very smooth journey, and I am really grateful to ALX, and I would like to advise those people coming in, or those of you that are just joining this program, that what you need to ensure that to make it through to this program is your determination, your commitment, your dedication to this program. Yes, it's going to be difficult. At the point, you will feel so tired because of the classes, for those of you that are working or you have other things doing, but your commitment and your determination should see you through. I would say the only thing that can stop you is yourself. So nothing else can stop you. The videos, the materials provided are always, and the ALX CFI teams are always there to respond to any of your questions. So I will tell you, determination and commitment are the two things you should consider in this program. All right, thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Paolo, so much for giving us some insight into what the program is actually like. And I love what you shared there at the end as well as words of advice, you know, commitment and determination, because it's not going to be easy, like you said, for people who have jobs, working full time or doing other things. So thank you for sharing your experience. And for those of you in the YouTube chat, let's show some appreciation for Paolo. Throw some thumbs up in the chat, some signs, hands, gestures, to just show our appreciation. Paolo, thank you so much for your time, for going through the program, and now for being a role model to all of these who are just kickstarting their journey. So thank you again, Paolo. So now I'd like to, thank you. And so now I'd like to move on and share with you an exciting new development in our journey, and something that you are going to be invited to join. Sort of when you graduate and successfully complete the program, you will receive an invitation to join the Room Fellowship. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the Room Fellowship is. So if we go to the next slide over here, the Room Fellowship really accelerates the careers of the world's top young professionals. Each and every single one of you that have already gone through the selection process, you've already demonstrated your capacity to do hard things. And once you complete the program that you're in right now, you will be invited to join the Room Fellowship. Now, as you can see here, the Room Fellowship is really a career accelerator. It's a community, it's a network, it's an ecosystem, all of which provides you with continued support for you to accelerate your career. Whether that's getting directly connected to one of those unadvertised job opportunities, whether it's supporting you with different kinds of content or masterclasses or learnings to support you, or it's just through connecting with your peers to share learnings, knowledge, ideas, tips and tricks, etc. The Room Fellowship is a career accelerator to take your career to the next level. So if we go to the next slide, so it's providing you all the support that you need. In a few moments, I'll take you through some of the pillars to give you a little bit more details on each different avenue of support that we have. But one huge part about the Room Fellowship is that we are a community. And each and every single one of you who joins the Room Fellowship comes in to join to connect with the other fellows and to encourage and help each other succeed. Each and every one of us is on a mission, on our own path, striving to do hard things, but we need to come together and support each other in doing those things and find ways to elevate one another to do those amazing things that each and every you are already doing or if not starting to do in your lives. So we are a community and we connect, encourage, and help each other succeed. Now, here are the pillars of the Room Fellowships. This is really what the fellowship is organized around in different ways. The first pillar is about connection. It's to connect. You have to understand that the Room Fellowship is the program or is the community in which all the other graduates from different, from the different AL group institutions that we have, ALU, ALA, the different ALX programs, all of these incredible, young, determined, ambitious, talented young Africans, young leaders are all being funneled into the Room Fellowship, where they come to connect and support each other, to be with each other, to share with each other. And it's also the place that you go to build relationships with mentors, people who have been a couple steps ahead of you to understand, the path forward. The second pillar, crucially important, is about learning. Once you go through this program over a couple of weeks, you're going to learn a lot, but there's no way you can learn everything that you need to succeed in your career. And learning is always going to change. So the fellowship is the place you come to get continued access to lifelong learning material, to insights from industry leaders and resources to really help you, as I mentioned, accelerate your career and just grow as a young leader. It will provide you with the non-technical skills, the soft skills, the things that they don't teach you in school or in many programs, but that you need in order to succeed as a young professional in this world. So learning is the second pillar of the program. And last but not least, there's the Elevate, which is our mandate with Mastercard is to connect 2 million young Africans to dignified work opportunities. And so in the elevation pillar, it is our duty and it's our mission to help you to land your next job. As I mentioned, whether it's through connecting you directly with a job opportunity or supporting you in getting ready for the next job opportunity with mock interviews, with CV resume support, with different kinds of content to make you stand out. Elevation is all about creating the opportunities to support you to succeed. And not to mention that as a ecosystem, an institution, we are now developing partnerships with all kinds of exciting companies that you will know the names of, that are providing us with exclusive access to some of their services and support. And this is a list that's continuing to grow. So when you join the fellowship, you'll benefit directly to access to all of these, growing list of perks and benefits as a community member. This is what is waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. When you graduate from this program, when you are determined and committed, as Powell shared with us, you will be invited to join and opt into the fellowship. But you'll find out much more about the program over the course of your journey and once you graduate as well. But I wanted to give you a bit of a teaser. And to end off this little fellowship teaser, I want to show you this little video to give you a taste of the feeling of what the fellowship is.
Our role is not to do small things and to solve small problems. The only way that we can justify a privilege is by solving the world's biggest problems and by doing hard things.
The most exciting thing is definitely the people that I get to meet in the room. I've made several connections. I've made very close friends.
It's an online and offline community. So as much as you get to go through this self-paced content to build gaps in your business or improve your career, you also get to interact with people offline in a very calm, informal setting that helps you connect and build relationships that impact your life.
Quality of our lives is determined by the quality of our relationships.
And whether you're the one holding the reins of power or you have to do it through other people, you've got to drive to those results.
Being part of the room feels like home. Also just being part of a community with so many people from all walks of life. It's just been a very good platform for me to exchange ideas and to learn. Yeah, above everything.
So if you really dissect it to the critical moments, the critical decision points in your life, there's always someone there. There's always someone pulling you, someone pushing you, someone watching you, someone cheering you on. There's always someone.
I applied to Amazon through the room. It was announced in the room and I got a chance to apply. I went through the interview process successfully.
They give you access to unadvertised opportunities. I don't think I would have ever found out about Tree Ventures were it not for the room. Your network is your net worth. You can go a lot of places just by a small recommendation from someone in the right room.
As a final note, Gav, I just want to share with everyone here, focus on your program, do whatever you can to succeed, and then you will be invited to join the fellowship. So I hope to see you there. Gav, what do we have next on our agenda?
Thank you so much, Samir. We have, I'm so sorry, my throat. So sorry, my throat. We have an exciting little exercise. We always believe in doing, not just saying. So I wanted to take a little journey together and play a little game together. And this is the My Mission exercise. For this My Mission exercise, I am going to remind you of the story I told you earlier. And we did this My Mission exercise as a group of staff early on in our journey, as we built our African Leadership Group, predicting what we wanted the headlines to be. We started off with the headlines that existed already, that were part of our journey. These were the headlines that we could see. We had this amazing, audacious dream. We're daring entrepreneurs aiming to raise 5 million. This was a headline of 2007. We needed some finances to help us get going. We celebrated 6 months of operations in 2008. These were headlines that were the real headlines of our group. In 2010, we opened up the African Leadership Network, which was for CEOs and other leading people around the continent, open to connect as well in conversations. We opened this idea of building campuses around Africa in 2014. We actually opened it in 2015. We had our first university campus. We went on to build several more. These were the headlines that we saw. And then we got permission to build a campus in Rwanda. Then we graduated our students and did a census and worked out that 60% of them were back on the continent. And our dream to help stop the brain drain of our great talent was really coming true. Then we admitted students into our campuses. Then we launched ALX in Nairobi with 2 flagship programs, Accelerator and Launchpad. Now, as you can see, there's so many more. Then we had, it's amazing, just like you, we had a different way of doing it. 180 out of 3,600, we realized we've changed the model. We should rather take all 3,600 in instead of filtering people out. Then we had our kickoff of our Accelerator program for business people, which eventually led to the forming of the master's program. And then, this is where I want to pause for a second as I'm going to play the game with you. We're going to play a little game. So this was all done in 2017. So from then onwards, we did some predictions of what we wanted the headlines to be in the next few years. So we dreamt that we would actually open a campus in Mauritius. We were actually working out of an office building at this point. I said, no, one day we're going to be able to have our own campus. It came true. We opened our campus in 2018, the very year we predicted we would. We dreamt that we would write our own curriculum and we would launch degrees. And last year in 2020, 2 years ago, I graduated students in this very degree program, written and accredited and successfully passed by a group of students. This also came true. Our dream headline came true. Here's another one. We wanted to see a graduate become the youngest senator in Kenya. This came true. And today, this very week, Eddie Okech is currently not just going into the election to become a senator again by default. He might actually win the popular vote through his hard work. This headline came true. Then we thought we'd write our own curriculum for the high school. We did that. This headline came true. We wanted to see 75% of you. That's why Juliet talked about one of the most important aspects is reporting back the data to us. Nobody else is collecting this data of who is employed in proper jobs, jobs that we see as jobs, not jobs as the West or other people see as jobs, jobs that we see with dignity. We need this to come true. A Pan-African passport, this is coming true. And lastly, one of our accessibility challenge students who was supposed to die when he was 6 years old is still alive today. And yes, he's going to space to show the world Richard Branson is funding his research and his physical training. And as he says, I need to show that people with disability, physical, mental, whatever accessibility issues you have the opportunity to do great things. We predicted this would happen in 2035. He's going before this coming true. So now, let's play the game. I want you to scan this QR code or go to the link that is coming in to your inbox right now. And I want you to do 2 things for me. I want you to create a little Padlet note, go onto Padlet, it'll take you to another program. You'll just easily sign in. And then you will start to dream for us and put no limitations. When we dreamt, we put no limitations. We said, let's shoot for the moon. And they've all come true. I want you to dream of what Africa could be like in 2035, people. I want you to look at these and think to yourself, what could be the headline that I will read? Here is the Padlet. I'm waiting for you to come on here. I'm excited. I can see your faces coming in. You can also like people's comments, love them. As they come in here, I want to see what are your dreams for Africa. What are the dreams that you have for Africa? And most importantly, what will be the role that you will play in this? Don't just like, I want you to commit. Go to the bottom of the screen here where you see this plus and add your own commitment. Open up a new tab like that, click on it. There you go. ALX students change the world. Boom, I love it. Let's see another one. Come on, let's see what your dreams for this continent are. And what are you going to be doing and what will be your role? Africa, the heartbeat of the world, innovation and progress. Yes, I say yes. More. I want to see these dreams. I want to see these dreams. I want to see what you are committing to. Remember, we're not just people of talk. We are people of action. I want to see what you are committing to do, not what you like or click comment on. No, put yourself out there and say, I'm going to be part of this. I want to be part. I'm going to do this. Financial analyst becomes World Bank president. That's what I want to see. Awesome. ALU opens a campus in Nigeria. This is fantastic. Agro production will feed people. Yes. The top African CFO is from Africa. This is fantastic. Employment rate is at an all-time high. I am loving these commitments. I am loving these promises you are making. I'm loving your commitment to take our continent forward to the next chapter of its life. We know this is an amazing continent. We know we're amazing people. We just want to get things done and the story to be about us, not to be about the destruction, sadness. That's not what we experience on a daily life. On a day-to-day basis, our lives are rich and full because we're working with progress towards jobs with dignity. Give us your data all the time to help us keep this data and change the conversation. All right, good people. Thank you so much for playing this with me. I keep dropping your chats. I love it. You're going to be part of this. I agree. You are now part of it. Now, we don't build without fear of getting feedback. Our feedback is so part of what we need to do as an organization to know how we can always move forward. We don't believe in failing. We believe in learning. So please take these next 3 minutes to go to this link that is being dropped and pinned into the chat right now and give us feedback on today's event. I'm going to just let you pause. Don't rush yourself. This is very important to give us honest feedback so we know how we can make the experience better for the next cohort. Here we go. Listen to music while you're doing that feedback. Click onto the link that's been shared into the chat, and please do not hesitate to give us the feedback we need in order for us to grow. indeed. Thank you so much, and thank you to this. But I'm going to now call upon Lisa to take us through the next steps and announcements. Lisa, what's coming up next? What's next?
Thanks, Gavin. So just sharing a couple of things to look forward to this week. So please look out in your emails. We'll be sending you invite links to get up on Slack. Again, that's going to be our community platform and the CFI dashboard where you'll have all your course content and learning that will happen. So this is going to happen during the course of this week. We will also have some office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 p.m. GMT, which are really just open hours where you can join us and share any questions that you have, and we'll be happy to answer all your questions that you have. Again, the links will be shared with you on email. And if you're having any challenges, please feel free to reach out to the FE support@alx.app email, and we'll happily support you on there. And also be on the lookout for all the links to the live events happening this week. There's 2 more main events in addition to the office hours. We're going to have a deep dive with the CFI team on Wednesday, and then another deep dive with Samir and his team on the fellowship and all about the room. So looking forward to engaging with you this week. Back to you, Gavin.
Lisa, that's amazing. Thank you so much. That is awesome. And with that, it is really just about saying welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to all of you. Karibuni, mahalo, akwaba, bienvenue, mauya, pindai. The doors are open. We're waiting for you to change the continent. See you on the other side, everybody, and have a great day. Bye-bye. So, Mia, are you there?
I'm here, Gavin.
Oh, welcome back.
I'm here. Yeah. I dropped off. I want to just thank everyone for joining. Thank everyone for being here, and really just double down on the words of encouragement that you can do this. You can. All it's required of you is just a commitment and a willingness to push through. But just remember that it's completely worth it. You're going to transform as a young leader, as a professional. You join the Room Fellowship, and it's going to be so rewarding. And I'm just so
You know who